Hello friends. So today we'll create our very first application that would be a web API application which will be connecting to a local LLM. So this testing and application will cost you nothing and you can start your journey for your GenAI. So in this application what we'll do is we'll create a web page where it will ask where you can provide your prompt, and then with the click of the button the request will go to an LLM, and that LLM, because it is installed locally, you will not be paying anything for that. It's just using your laptop where you have installed your LLM, not a big one, 1 billion parameter LLM you have installed, and then you will get a response back. So this will be our very first GenAI application. So for that we will be leveraging something called Streamlit package. That Streamlit gives us an easy way to define our front page, a web application. So in this what happening is we have installed two of the packages. One is Streamlit and Ollama under our virtual environment. This is how we create the application, Python application in Visual Studio. We create a virtual environment and we do the installation. With this, what is the benefit is that these packages does not impact your global Python. It just gets installed on this virtual application, and tomorrow if you create another application you can install the other versions also if required. We have created a app.py file. This name can be anything. So we'll import our Streamlit as st, and then we can import Ollama. Why we are importing Ollama is that when you install an LLM, right, it does not have the executables like you have it for software. So in that, what is that model is itself is just a binary file. So you require one application which acts as an interface between the operating system and your binary file. So that middleware, what we calling it, right, that engine is called Ollama. So Ollama helps us to communicate with those binary files because you cannot install it. So your LLM model is not installable, right? So we have imported Streamlit and Ollama. So in the application, right, we can have a title. So we'll just be quoting it with less than 20 lines. It will not be a problem. So title we are putting it as our very first LLM application. Right? Now we can add a subheading. It's not required. I mean, you can remove it if you want. Ask your question. This is just the headlines what we are giving. Now we need on that web page, if you'll imagine, you have written 2 lines and then you need a text box, right? So say user query, right? ST is for Streamlit, correct? Then we will be inputting it as a text box. So we can do it here, this. So now we can try running and see. So when you run a Streamlit application, you write Streamlit run and the file that you want to run with it. So you can click enter here. Let's see if it runs. See, you can remove this. So it is the button. When you click, it will check for the text, right? That user query which you have entered, right? It will check for that out there. So if it is empty, it should print a message, right? So we can print a warning kind of a thing. Please enter the query before clicking the ask model button. Here just the check. It is not a production level application, but such kind of checks you can have it in place. Now we can have it here. If not required, user query. Sorry. So this is if the button is clicked, user query is not equal to blank. Then st dot. So spinner is that it will show you one circle kind of an object, so that you will understand that okay, the request is getting sent to the LLM model. So we'll see it once we run the application. We'll come to know about it, what it is. So this is a connection which you are creating, so you can use it with so that it automatically close the connection for you, and we can write some message along with the spinner. Waiting for LLM response, right? Now that response is going to the LLM, correct? Oh, some error is here. This okay. Now try and catch. We are using in try. We'll say a variable response. So we'll use Ollama here. Ollama. So Ollama is this application which we have imported to communicate to the LLM. Dot generate. You can provide the model name. So the model which I am using is Llama 3.21b, and then the prompt which we have collected, right, that we need to send. This will be prompt. Prompt will equal to user query. Now if it is able to get the data, we have to type something. So again we have to use the Streamlit. Right. So we type response here. Response, that heading will come, and then we will write the that object, and under that object we'll have a response. This PONSC response. It will return an object, so response. Now because we have try, so if it might not connect with your LLM, right? So we'll have an except, exception E. We can track the error that we'll get. and we can type a message also. Yeah, so this should work. Now we'll see here what's happening. So we got the error right, which we were not able to run. So we forgot to write this part. It was not stripping that. You're not getting the data. So that was a compile time error that we were getting. So it was not loading the application. So same application, we just added this part to strip. And if it is not equal to blank, then you will send that response for the LLM to process. And this is how you send the response. Ollama is the package we are using, dot generate the model name. In my case, we have Llama 3.2 colon 1b, and the query will pass, and then we'll get back the response. So if we switch back right here, so see our very first LLM application, ask your question, and now we can type something here. Say explain LLM models, and then this is your ask button. Now see, right now I have not provided anything. Remember that prompt engineering part, right? So we have not provided anything else. So it is taking some time to run. And because LLM is installed on my local machine, it will be a bit slower, but we'll get a response. We should get a response. And let's see what it responds back. So just to be there, if you want to install an LLM, right, if you have that configuration. So my system is a bit older, so 5-6 years back I bought this laptop. So RAM is 4 GB and graphic card in that was 2 GB at that time and 1 TB hard disk. So in this I have installed Ollama. If you want, I can create another video to install Ollama and the LLM model. So first of all, you go to the Ollama site and install that engine. So Ollama is an engine. Once that is installed, you can install any small LLM model or SLM model. In my case, I have installed Llama 3.2. And now we can run our application. So this what you are seeing right now on the screen, right, where it is running this Streamlit application on the browser, right? So this is your front end. We have built it on Streamlit. This is how something you see, because it is giving you the data, right? We are not told it anything, whether how long should be the answer, right? So once it comes to an end, then only you will get back the response. And that spinner you see, right? st.spinner what we used. So this circling what you can see, right? This object, this is what spinner does. It will start spinning so that we know that some operation is getting performed and then waiting for the LLM response, what the message we wrote it, right? So over here, right? This is expanded again, this part, st spinner. And because it is creating a connection, we are using it with. See, now it has provided you this much response. Now if you see it practically, right, it has provided us this much big answer. So our question was 3 words and it provided this. Now what we can do is we can give it, please provide output in less than 20 words, right? I make a spelling mistake, but still, due to remember that algorithm, second or third video which we had, right, where we saw the course distances, the embeddings one. Similarly, see, even if I have misspelled please, still it is able to answer me to learn the pattern and generate the human like text, and it is less than 20 words. So see, we are able to change the output the way we want it to be. So these are some things which you can do. Try it out, this application. I'll upload the code in GitHub. If you want, you can download. Otherwise, it is very easy to create. Streamlit is what we are using. You can use something called Fast API also, but that will require a lot of coding. Streamlit is very easy to create. Just one text box and see, you are able to get everything. Just around 17 line of codes what we have. See, if you remove the spaces now, it's around 17 lines of code only. You want, you can remove this title and subheaders also if you want. Say, I'll show you one more thing. Say I remove this part, right? So I'll save it, and if you will go to the output, right, see, file change, it is showing, and rerun, both the options, so it auto loads your files. I'll just rerun it and see, it's reloaded. Right now I can ask, so you can try it out, and if you want, I can provide you a video to install Llama and LLM over there. Otherwise you will have a lot of videos to do that. Simple is, you are installing Llama first, so that is the engine, right? Once you install that engine, you go to your command prompt and you just run Ollama run and the LLM model name. So that Llama model is free. You can download the binaries and you can keep it in your local file. So this is how we are creating our very first application. It is not a chatbot, it is just you are asking the question and you're getting a response. And it is completely free, you're not paying for anything because your LLM is installed on your local machine. So you're not paying a single penny for your API. That is why in the code we are not passing any APIs. If you will see over here we don't have any API key or anything we are not passing because it is locally installed for us, right? So that brings it today. Hopefully you will try this and let me know in the comment section whether it worked for you or not. And now after this you can start building things up. This is just a single application. In some of the videos we'll try to create a conversant kind of chatbot kind of a thing also, right? It will help us out.